oddly enough, a band that I, kind of badmouth on the regular, nothing to do with Aesop except for this title, but a band that I kind of badmouth on the regular has made a major showing from a cover song, uh, where I got to rant and rave about, oh, the gift of the coca plant and its mastery of you being its puppet kind of thing. But from a Master of Puppets cover to Shortest Straw today in a, fairly decent reaction, in my personal opinion. All opinions for entertainment purposes only. All the way up to going, what should we do next? Battery! Which I don't think this is a cover. I'm gonna go out on a limb and guess this ain't a cover. Now, I was on a roll. I was talking about sunflowers versus sadness, pulling the shortest straw, and it all kind of rolled right off the tongue. I was feeling good about myself. So I ain't got no lyrics. I ain't got nothing in the background to start. I just give it a listen. Now, let's see, is anything in... nope. Just give it a listen to start and go from there. Off Labor Days, Aesop Rock, Battery. Not a cover.
Yo, change the fucking channel. I burn a coma candle. When the flame fades, consider my flatline a soldier sample. We them cats talking noise behind that New York trash heap with a stench and commuter briefcase replaces a bad sleep. And it's the work of zigzaggers versus piggyback flashers, training generation fallout. Waterfall, bricklayer, pin cushion crawl out. There's smoke in my iris, but I painted a sunny day on the insides of my eyelids, so I'm ready now. What you ready for? I'm ready for life in this city, and my wings have grown almost enough to lift me. I'm a dinosaur with Jones Beach in my hourglass, passing the time with serial killer coloring books and bags of marbles. Don't tell me you ain't the droid that held the mask to the charcoals. Don't tell me Luciferic gods on carpool. This is our school. I'm not trying to graduate to life with a personalized bar stool, head in a jar on the desk, feet dangling in a shark pool. Man, please. My name stands for my being, and my being stands for the woman who stood and braved the storm to raise the seedling. Brother, sun, sister, moon, mother, beautiful. Yeah. Middle sibling, suitable, but far from son of excellence. Beckoned a long time ago I was the way the wishers wish, but missers miss. I slept through my appointment, saw the liquid dreams of 1,000 babies solidify, and picked a rose and wilted the second I introduced myself as nervous. Well, it appears the scars of learning have spoken. Some are burning, some are frozen, some deserve tall tales, some wrote them. Some are just the brutal repercussions of devotion. Mine are all of the above, cause everything leads to erosion. Now where I live, there's a homeless man. He sits upon a crane, makes a rusty...
I just keep listening, but everything leads to erosion. I was thinking this seems very introspective, very... I'm guessing we're looking deep inside himself again, but I don't know. I don't ever claim that I'm right on that shit. That's what it feels like to me. I mean, he's telling us, I think more than that, he just tells you who he is all the time.
Some are just the brutal repercussions of devotion. Mine are all of the above, cause everything leads to erosion. Now where I live, there's a homeless man. He sits upon a crane, makes a rusty trumpet sound like the music that angels make. Now if you ever come visit me, I suggest you watch the show. Tell him Aesop Rock sent you just to hear his horn blow like this. Their bruises well, I've yet to lose that hunger, but only time can tell. Prodigal son with a prodigal wish to sew that prodigal stitch and crucify a bigot voodoo doll on 2 popsicle sticks. See, your name is ambiguity, my name is something hands can't hold, but hearts part oceanscapes just to watch the starlet unfold. It's like sketching a circle in the dirt with a pointed stick, knowing the wind will kill it someday. Still it calls my alarm to 5 o'clock. Idols block survival crops, the cycle stops for nothing. The Bible squawks revival as winos flock by the hundreds to the opening. The scarlet carpets greeting the duel, leading the stubborn mule, a cruel rug burn, but y'all numb from gut fuel. I administer eclipse, ain't no motor like a martyr-made motor, cause a martyr-made motor don't quit. I am an epiphany, I am web-foot mammals, channel surfing my way to the top.
I know I heard that. I brought it up in the background while we were, I was listening there. Oh, there ain't no motor like a martyr-made motor, because a martyr-made motor don't quit. I better check. I feel like I've reflected on some of these ideas, but I don't know. Hold on. Ooh, I'm happy to be wrong. No, I just think it's reoccurring themes, like that carpool line. I think there's some duality in the delivery. I mean, really, they're like, hey, we're going to take both sides. Well, you think your side's better? And most of us probably do now and then. It's sort of a human trait. But I think here we get a much broader take on it all. And reflected in that carpool line for sure, in my personal opinion. As always, you know, that thing down there.
I am web-foot mammals, channel surfing my way to the top. Tugboat in the bottom with no holes poked in the nozzle.
I gotta get a oak. You had to get a smoke. I'm actually kind of geeked to go back and start
I bet I'm bedlam,
catching what I missed.
Don't quit. I am an epiphany. I am web-foot mammals, channel surfing my way to the top. Tugboat in the bottom with no holes poked.
In my delusionary world, he just told me not to quit. Because that is how I see. Oddly enough, that's how I see the universe speak to me. I believe once or twice in your life, you can chalk it up to coincidence. If it happens on a regular, you should probably pay attention.
Rug burn, but y'all numb from gut fuel. I administer eclipse. Ain't no motor like a martyr-made motor, cause a martyr-made motor don't quit. I am an epiphany. I am web-foot mammals, channel surfing my way to the top. Tugboat in the bottom with no holes poked in the nozzle. I bet I'm bedlam, diluted in limelight to that rookie boogie, graduated hostile. That a vehicle is grandeur and a beard over the median. The second my halo ran out of helium, demoted to thorn crown. Damn, talk about numbskull. I'm bound to a stencil called symmetry, but my energy's a rental. So I take this now to say, senorita, for holding a flame to a lost wick. Thank you, James Anthony, for the band-aids on my ego. Y'all are family for life. I'll take that bullet to preserve you. I wanna be something spectacular on the day the sun runs out of batteries. Attach my fashion to the casualties of anarchy. Save my nickels up to buy that homeless man a brand new horn, then sit up on his crate as a witness to beauty born like this.
Far too often, I forget to give up my total respect to the artist. I make it about me a lot. I think that is a noble and righteous view there at the end. Uh, I just want to be something spectacular on the day the sun runs out of batteries. Attach my fashion to the casualties of anarchy, save my nickels to buy that homeless man a brand new horn. I like that idea. Now, from my own personal experience and opinion only, I don't think history shows us a good example of where anarchy and chaos actually leave room for the simple person sitting on the corner playing their horn. I think they become fodder, unfortunately, in the disarray of the moment, the destruction and outright death that is usually included. Not a big fan. Now, maybe in a the same way, classic classical liberal, or however it's said, is kind of a lost thing. I think maybe Mark Pasquiu natural law anarchy is uh, I don't know. I don't think it's possible. I'm afraid, with a complete disregard of a system to everyone being on their own honor, we live in an almost honorless society. So that's just my personal opinion. It's now time to take a little go back a bit, adjust my. I got some stuff going on in the background. I really should just take care of it and move, but we're going to just do it together. Togetherness is great. I'm going to start over. Oh, wait, if you're already ready to go because you just wanted to hear the song, bye. Battery, Labor Day's Aesop Rock. That one's pretty good. I think there's a whole lot to be taken from it. In my opinion. But you could always, take the first line to heart. I take no offense.
Yo, change the fucking channel. I burn a coma candle. When the flame fades, consider my flatline a soldier sample. We them cats talking noise behind that New York trash heap with a stench and commuter briefcase replaces a bad sleep. And it's the work of zigzaggers versus piggy batch flashes, training generation fallout. Waterfall, bricklayer, pin cushion crawl out. There's smoke in my iris, but I painted a sunny day on the insides of my eyelids, so I'm ready now. What you ready for? I'm ready for life in this city, and my wings.
All right, right there. Now there's some of it I don't, I wouldn't say I understand what he means by burning the coma candle. Unless I guess it feeds into that second line. I burn a coma candle when the flame fades, so when it finally goes out. Consider my the soldier sample. Consider my flat line a soldier sample. In a way, coma, but then a light. I probably, I don't know there. To me, it worked. Well, I painted a sunny day on the inside of my eyelids. I mean, so I'm ready now. I'm ready for. What are you ready for? Well, ready for life in the city. Now, like I said, I think it is more introspective. I think some of these things I'm not sure. The rank and file versus authority. The worker zigzaggers versus the piggy badge flashers. I guess I get lost in the waterfall bricklayer pincushion crawl out. But my reflection, unfortunately, is I've been real hard on the city, finding the city to be maybe the cause of some of our root problems. Putting so many people together in a place with not enough resources. And then I would use the the example of New York right now in current events, right? I don't know if a government run discounted grocery store is a good idea. That's for an economics class, and deeper thought than I'm willing to put into it. At the same time, I saw that a couple days after that was announced, a coalition of actual foreign-born, but foreign citizens, business owners, going, "Hey, wait, are you literally going to drive us out of business?" Because I don't think all those little stores are actually owned by like white supremacists or something like that. I don't think the entire structure of capitalism has just been co-opted by the evil Whitey. And I thought that story was very interesting because some of the well, I'm pushing 60 soon. I thought one of the whole ideas was you could come take a path, get your shit together, and then make something of yourself. And I easily would be willing to have. I can't get her to show up, but um, our friend from Malawi, and I use friend loosely. I don't know Alfred super well, but I've met him on multiple occasions. Went to dinner. We talk back and forth when Ange and him are on the phone, and I just think he's a perfect example of what the whole thing was about. But I don't know, and that's just like a personal reflection on. I feel like cities sometimes. Well, is it going to be an example of that the system has to come in and take care of everyone living in the city because they can't take care of themselves? And I don't know, and it's I think it's very interesting, and I think I've listened to enough of this artist's music to think that you know a social safety net in place for people so they don't have to live on a street corner, probably a good idea. I know I've heard instead of leaving drug paraphernalia in the park, leave more free skateboards, things like that. I think there's a positive hope in Aesop's lyrical content that all people could be treated equal. I'm unfortunately on the other side that thinks no one's even equal to themselves on two given days. Um, that whole, I don't think there's an equal outcome for everyone. I think there's an hopefully an opportunity for everyone. But then that's just putting myself in. I want to share my position. I think a lot of this shares his positions. I think a lot of it goes right over my head. But I am ready for life in this city.
Wings have grown old, so I'm ready now. What you ready for? I'm ready for life in this city, and my wings have grown almost enough to lift me. I'm a dinosaur with Jones Beach in my hourglass, passing the time with serial killer coloring books and bags of marbles. Don't tell me you ain't the droid that held the master of sharples. Don't tell me Luciferic gods don't carpool. This is our school. I'm not trying to graduate to life with a personalized bar stool, head in a jar on the desk, feet dangling in a shark pool.
Now, there you go. That for the parts I don't understand. I'm not trying to graduate to life with a personalized bar stool, head in a jar on the desk, feet dangling in a shark pool. It's a bold statement. I'm just not going to live the life of the 9 to 5 grinding normie, or the sometimes inevitable aftermath of holding down a bar stool all night so it don't float away. To wash away that 9 to 5 grind that probably steals a percentage of your soul. Now, at the same time, if a person found purpose in what they were doing and appeared to be willing to keep some sort of schedule, some sort of basic form of life can be obtained through that. And there's where my personal belief systems comes into the paradise of the ideas in some of his music. Is on the backs of those willing to work should not support for those not willing to work happen. That's just a personal opinion. Now, I think you can step outside that framework and do whatever you want. Of course you can. I think a lot of people do a lot of good. It just doesn't make front page news. And a lot of horrors that are actually small and few and far between get amplified to a deafening cacophony. That I believe.
And please, my name stands for my being, and my being stands for the woman who stood and braved the storm to raise the seedling. Brother, sun, sister, moon, mother, beautiful. Yeah. Middle sibling, suitable, but far from son of excellence. Back in the long time ago, I was the winner. Wish
I didn't hear it at first, but I mean, because I thought it was something. It's funny, the brother, sun, sister, moon, mother, beautiful, and in the natural law stuff on the channel, there's quite a few moments spent within the sacred masculine, sacred feminine, And then, you know, I will just say the nurturing side of our mothers is more than quantifiable. I can't speak for those who had bad experiences, but as a whole, that's really not the case. Most mothers love their children. I think that's something from growing inside their belly. You know, there's some connection there. Who would have guessed? But I'm thinking that's much better than being born in a birthing pod into the collective. I'm just saying, I don't know how much that could work. I don't know if those little clones are going to be well adjusted or not.
Just wish, but Mrs. Miss, I slept through my appointment. Sorta liquid dreams of 1,000 babies solidify and picked the rose and wilted the second I introduced myself as nervous. Well, it appears the scars of learning have spoken. Some are burning, some are frozen, some deserve tall tales, some wrote them. Some are just the brutal repercussions of devotion. Mine are all of the above, cause everything leads to erosion. Now where I live, there's a homeless man. He sits upon a crane, makes a rusty trumpet sound like the music that angels make. Now if you ever come
It's
visit
weird,
me,
I didn't notice that before. Cause there's a finality, not, I don't know what the right word is. To that, cause everything leads to erosion. Everything will get, everything fades. I guess the inevitability of death and taxes kind of thing, in my personal opinion. But then it goes into the just what I think is just the most hopeful, righteous moment in the giving that love up to something that probably someone that doesn't exist for anyone else's approval, but exists. The gift here is some incredible music in the storyline, but I think it's some people's contribution might never get noticed, but has so much more value than you'd ever expect.
Suggest you watch the show. Tell him Aesop Rock sent you just to hear his horn blow like this. Their bruises well, I've yet to lose that hunger, but only time can tell. Prodigal son with a prodigal wish to sow that prodigal stitch and crucify a bigot voodoo doll on 2 popsicle sticks. See, your name is ambiguity, my name is something hands can't hold, but hearts part oceanscapes just to watch the starlet unfold. It's like sketching a circle in the dirt with a pointed stick, knowing the wind will kill it someday. Still it calls my burning wits for now, and if I plow the fields that don't guarantee plentiful harvest, but starving artists die. I set my alarm for 5 o'clock.
Sorry, I am a little lost in this section, but I know if you go back to the sunflowers and sadness, I talked about being grateful of living in a place where plentiful harvests take place, that sustenance is actually created from the earth around us. It says, there's the amount of sunflowers I showed today could create a whole lot of bags of, hand-to-mouth joy for the individuals who dig that shit. That's all. Didn't have nothing to do with this song. I'm pretty much lost right here.
Those block survival crops, the cycle stops for nothing. The Bible squawks revival as winos flock by the hundreds to the opening. The scarlet carpets greeting the duel, leading the stubborn mule to cruel rug burn, but y'all numb from gut fuel. I administer eclipse. Ain't no motor like a martyr-made motor, cause a martyr-made motor don't quit. I am an epiphany. I am web-foot mammals, channel surfing my way to the top. Tugboat in the bottom with no holes poked in the nozzle. I fed them bedlam, diluted in limelight to that rookie boogie graduated hostile. That a vehicle is grandeur and it veered over the median. The second my halo ran out of helium, demoted to thorn crown. Damn, talk about numbskull. I'm bound to a stencil called symmetry, but my energy's a rental. So I take this now to say, senorita, for holding a flame to a lost wick. Thank you, James Anthony, for the band-aids on my ego. Y'all are family for life. I'll take that bullet to preserve you. I wanna be something spectacular on the day the sun runs out of batteries. Attach my fashion to the casualties of anarchy. Save my nickels up to buy that homeless man a brand new horn, then sit up on his crate as a witness to beauty born like this.
very much, I very much enjoyed this one. I think I'm a whole lot. I got to be, what, maybe 60-40 on point here. I don't think I know much about the song. I think it inspired more inside of me. Um, uh, yeah, I don't, that's up to you, as always. I am always grateful to realize I still enjoy something when I know I don't see eye to eye on it. That the agree to disagree so I can thoroughly be entertained. Nah, no, no, that's cool. That's cool. I really like that. Mm. Off Labor Days, Aesop Rock Battery. Not anywhere close to relating to Metallica, but finishing up my, I guess, three different rants about Lars's band. All right, till next time, we'll do it again sometime later.